Hello, everybody. Coming at you from episode six.
Six.
Six, and well, Mike is coming back soon, very soon. So the next episode, he should be on it.
Yeah, so he'll be back the next episode for sure. But he comes back physically here to Seattle on Thursday, which is when we would normally do another podcast. But
He's gonna. I'm gonna give y'all some alone time.
some settlement time. That's probably for the best.
Yeah, y'all gonna be. This is too late for y'all. It's 8 p.m. It'd be too late. Y'all be just so tired already by this point.
No, it would be like round 2 right now. Because Trevor goes to sleep at like 6:30. So that's enough time to get some rounds in, you know what I'm saying?
Some rounds. Well, there you go. We're going to have a little bit of time, and we're going to give them a break. And the show will continue after the alone time.
I'm sure next Monday is fine.
Okay. Sounds good.
So you're really only missing one podcast.
Yeah. My schedule's free. I'll be open for that.
Yeah, sorry.
I got nothing else going on.
Sorry, you're like a single loser.
Whoa, dude. Fucking
I'm just kidding.
Judgy. I was, man.
Judgy McJudgersons. Okay, so we have some updates from the last one. I do, at least.
Yeah.
So, remember when I was telling the story about my mom who could bite the top off a pickle?
Which was probably maybe a false memory.
Yeah, and I was like, well, maybe I don't remember this correctly. Well, my parents listened to the podcast.
Oh, God.
And my mom called me, dying laughing. And she was like, yeah, I really can suck the inside of a pickle out.
From the top.
From the top. So she bites just the top, sucks out the entire inside of the pickle, and then leaves the skin. And so it looks like just a solid pickle without the top.
Does this happen in like one... or is it like a...
It's like a...
Oh, my God. We're off to a great start again. This first couple minutes is just insanely vulgar and just... Yeah.
It's like a constant sucking. I don't know what to tell you. And I was like, there's so much that I want to say about this, but I'm not because it's my mom.
You just saying that you want to say so much more is obviously enough for everybody that listens to just let their imaginations run wild.
Like, look, y'all's minds are going
straight
in
to the gutter.
Same place.
Yes, straight in the gutter.
Went. I was like, I also almost wanted to be like, teach me yours.
I think you want it to be a false memory.
Almost, yeah.
Because you know it's true, but all this false memory talk that you want it to be a false one.
Yeah, and then the other update. So that wasn't a false memory. So that made me feel good, though, because I was like, I have a lot of apparently false memories. So it made me feel better that this wasn't, because that's kind of a weird false memory to have, right? Like your mom sucking on a pickle.
That's very specific.
Yeah. And so the other thing was that the story I told you guys of my mom coming home, or my mom calling me when I was supposed to be home alone, and some random person picked up and laughed, and we were like, well, was it someone who broke in, or was it a ghost?
Or
like,
a ghost,
what is it?
A ghost is.
So this was back in the 90s. So it was recorded on one of the little mini cassette tapes. So it's like a loud beep, and then, just like it records it.
Mm-hmm.
So she found the audio. Actually, what's even weirder is that, again, we were on the phone. She said that she listened to the podcast, and she was like, I have that tape somewhere. And I was like, I know you do. I said that you do. It's just in a junk drawer, like hidden somewhere. And so she's like, well, let me see if it's in the desk. And she has like this art desk up in her art studio office, whatever. She does artwork. So she opens the drawer, and she's like, you're not going to believe this. It's like, what? She's like, it's just sitting right here on fucking top.
Ready.
After years, like it's been like 20 years. It's seriously, like it's been like 20 years.
It needs to be listened to.
Yeah. So we're going to listen to it. I'm going to play it for you guys. It's going to be a very loud beep at first, because that's like when the voicemail registers that it's recording a message.
Yeah.
And so my mom's basically just saying, Tracy, pick up the phone, because that was like
you
message.
would be able to talk to it, like if somebody was screening their calls or something back in the day, and then they'd be like, "Hey, it's me. Pick up. I know you're there." And then they'd be, okay, cool. And then they'd pick up.
Yeah, because back in the day, like you wouldn't just, like if you were home alone, you wouldn't just pick up the phone to someone random, and they'd be like, "Well, where's your mom and dad?" And you're like, I don't have a mom and dad here right now. So it was like that way.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play it for you, and then you're going to hear someone pick up.
Okay.
And is it a real person or is it a ghost? You decide.
Hello, anybody there? Tracy Bug, are you home? Hello? Pick up the phone. Hello?
Yeah.
There was like I heard a little bit of a noise. Somebody picked that damn thing up.
Yeah. So someone picked up the phone because you can hear the.
Because you can hear the.
Yeah.
And then
the laugh.
There was somebody in your house.
So my parents, because this was on base housing at the time, so they called the MPs and played it for them, and we're like someone was in the house.
Yeah.
Because my mom called the MPs, and they also searched the house to make sure no one was still there, hiding. Mm-hmm. And they didn't find anything.
Oh, somebody was in there.
And nothing was stolen. Nothing was missing. Yeah. So maybe it was fate that I didn't
that you
follow
went
the
to
rules.
Go play and you were at your friend's.
Yeah. Because I was supposed to just be at home.
Because you got to start thinking, did that person go into the house knowing no one was there?
Right.
Or were they going into that house did they just not give a shit?
Well, it was the middle of the day, mind you.
Yeah. I mean, that's never stopped anybody from committing a crime in the past.
But on a military base in the middle of the day, there were people around. I almost kind of think maybe it was someone who knew I was home alone normally at that time. But instead of being home.
That's one of the, questions that you can bring to the table.
There's just.
What was this person up to?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it completely random or was it premeditated?
Yeah, exactly. Well, because I told you before, this particular house had a lot of things, experiences.
Fangs.
Yeah. My mom had a lot of experiences in that house. And then I had a couple too. But I was also really young. So it was almost was it something
supernatural?
Right. Or was it someone? And you do hear the phone pick up, though. That's, I guess, a good point. But
or was it interference?
Yeah. I don't know.
Prior to the entity making its presence known.
Scary.
I love ghost adventures, so I love using all those words that they throw at you.
Yeah. So those are my only two updates.
I'm going to say that was a ghost.
I kind of think it was ghost. Well, I feel vaguely I remember my mom mentioning that when she got into the house, the door was locked, the front door, and that all the windows were also closed and locked, and that the back door was locked when she did go in there. And she took the dog out of the crate because we had a dog. And she took the dog with her roaming around the house because he was a Malamute Gray Wolf mix, but he was a puppy. So it's not much he was going to do.
Dog is just having fun.
Yeah. And she said that when she came back down the stairs after clearing the rooms, that the back door was unlocked. So I found that to be curious.
What if he was in there?
When she was there?
While she was
But why would you
searching?
come into the house and then lock the door behind you? That's the real question.
What if it was open to begin with? Found that it was cool. Oh shit. I'm gonna lock it. To make it seem as if just behind him, maybe cover his tracks. Nobody wants to come in after him.
Well, also if you lock the door behind you, you can hear someone jiggling their keys, so you have more time to hide or escape.
Which is what exactly he did. Because he could have easily locked it from the inside, right? So therefore, it was locked. Now, when he left, there was no way for him
to lock it
as he ran off. Dude, all right, there was a person. He was in there when your mom was in there.
Oh, it's saying chill bumps. I'm just oh, my mom.
Yeah,
I mean, she had a gun with her. She would have shot him, but...
Yeah, but just now, investigation that we just launched right now and came to a conclusion within
investigation.
within 3 minutes that we launched this full out investigation.
Well, I said I vaguely remember. What if that was a false memory? What if...
Oh, fuck. This is not going to hold up
in the court of law.
Court of law.
No, it's not. Okay, but speaking of people hiding, I have a great story for you.
Ooh, hiding.
So, in our Georgia house, again, I was the first one home. My parents were both at work. My brother was supposed to be at school. I come home. I'm alone. I'm like doing whatever the fuck a 15-year-old does when they get home, just like being weird. And then I do remember, though, that I was singing very loudly. And I was in the downstairs half bathroom. And across from the half bathroom is a stairwell. And I remember hearing two people talking. And I freaked. I was like, someone's in the house. Like, I could distinctly remember hearing a man and a woman talking. I called my dad immediately. I'm like, there's someone in the house. Like, I'm not shitting you. There's someone here. I heard them talking. I think they're in the attic or something, because the attic is, up through the stairs. And he's like, well, go grab one of the guns. So my dad has me go grab a gun and clear all of the rooms while we're on the phone. And so we get to the fucking, there's a storage area underneath the stairs. And it's like a little mini door. It's like a little
that's
door
already,
door.
I'm already scared. This is like the ingredients of a scary movie right now.
I know.
Because you did everything else except this creepy, scary room.
It was the last.
That's the ingredients of a scary movie.
And it's not even like a normal sized door. Like the door is seriously like to my waist.
It's never,
It's like the Harry Potter room.
He lived under the stairs.
Yeah. So I open the door and I scream so loud and drop the phone because my brother is hiding under the stairs.
Oh my God. You could have shot him.
I know. And he's crouched down, which is even creepier. And he's going like this.
Oh, why?
He's making the shushing motion. Because he knew I was on the phone with my dad. He could hear everything I was doing.
Yeah, well, why would your...
He was skipping school hiding under the stairwell. And he was like notorious for skipping school.
So was that the noises you heard? It was him?
Well, he swears to God that as soon as he heard me come up to the door and unlock it, he hid.
Oh.
And it was just him. There was no one else in the house. There wasn't another person. But I distinctly heard a man and a woman talking. And that's the whole reason I even freaked out.
And he never heard anything? He couldn't,
No, he said he didn't hear anything. And he said that he didn't make any noises. And he was officially the only person in there. Like, there wasn't a chick also hiding with him, which is what you would expect. But no, he was the only person. He was just sitting there quietly, waiting for me to, like, go somewhere not so close to the stairwell so he could, like, dip out. But yeah, so... almost shot my brother.
How old were you?
I was like 15.
Oh, okay. I'm picturing this
No,
just
I was like 13 or 14 actually, because it was before I ever got a driving permit.
I'm just like picturing this little girl with this giant revolver just walking around. The weight of it is making you go in the directions of it. Well, you're just like finger on the trigger too. Just like,
well, if my finger had been on the trigger, my brother would have been dead.
Like, you just see this gun come into a room and then a tiny person behind it.
No, I grew up shooting, though. Literally, as long as I can remember, my dad's always taken us to the range to go shooting and, like, fall hunting and stuff like that. But, yeah, so that one was good. So
when you dropped it, when you got back on the phone, what did you say?
My dad was like freaking out. He's like, whoa, like, what the fuck? And I was like, it's fucking AJ.
Oh, so you ratted him out right away.
Oh, fuck yeah, of course.
Well, at least he didn't hear just you screaming and then a gunshot.
Oh my God. Could you even imagine how traumatizing that would be for my dad? Like, it was probably traumatizing just hearing me scream.
Yeah.
Like,
probably,
what's happening?
Like, what the shit is happening right now?
Yeah, but it was just him. And I was like,
wow.
Yeah, my heart was thumping. But it was so weird. It was like, I don't understand why I heard two people talking. It was almost like, because this house, the Georgia house, my parents still live there. Like, and my mom's had experiences there before. It's like the house wanted me to know that someone else was there, even though it was my brother. They were like, yo, bitch, your brother's hiding under the stairs.
Maybe that's what they were doing. They weren't evil spirits. They were just mischievous ones, and they were ratting out your brother.
Yeah, I do.
They got your attention to go find him.
Yeah, I do feel like I think there is a spirit in my parents' house, but I definitely don't think it's like maleficent at all. Is that the right word? Maleficent? Malevolent. That's the word I'm thinking of.
Malevolent? It sounds about...
No, Maleficent's the bitch from Disney.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of words that Zach would use on Ghost Adventures.
He would say malevolent.
I think it starts with an M.
Yeah, malevolent.
Malicious. Is that another word? That means mean also, right?
I mean, yeah.
Whatever.
We're not a fucking...
I love
Theosaurus.
that. I love Theosaurus?
Theosaurus Rex.
Theosaurus. You mean a thesaurus? A Theosaurus Rex.
Yeah, Theosaurus Rex.
Oh man, that's a new one they just found in Greenland. They found the new Theosaurus Rex out there. The bums of that one.
All right, I want you to tell the Nick story. Or it's not really the Nick story. It's just Nick happened to be there.
Oh yeah, okay. You were still you were pregnant, right?
Yeah, it was when I was pregnant. I think Michael was down in California.
Yeah, yeah. It was just us three. Went to.
I think Dan Cotter was there.
Was he?
Yeah, I think it was the four of us.
I think we did trivia, right?
Yep, we did trivia.
We did trivia. For those of you familiar with West Seattle, Tellerico's trivia, I don't know, whatever random ass day of the week, we go. Absolute just... this is why I never do trivia. I don't fucking do it at any place that offers it. Because, one, people full-blown cheat. You can clearly see them with their phones out. Googling fucking...
I
know. We cheated and we still got dead last.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking sad.
So, I will watch people full-blown cheat, and the questions are just so outrageous
and obscure as fuck.
And it's like, okay, there's no way you fucking knew that. Mm-hmm. These questions are just fucking stupid, which is why I hate it. And I was upset that I did not put in the $5. Yeah, because you had to pay or something, right?
Okay, so
I think
did we show up together?
Exactly. I think I came over here. I think, yeah, I stayed here, and then I had the extra $5, so I was staying here.
Okay, but
I stayed here the night.
Ended up meeting them there, so they were already sitting down doing trivia when we showed up. I do remember that, because we didn't pay, and they were already like halfway through when we got there.
Yeah, or something like that, because they were like, whatever, we're just going to pay for y'all, or something like that. They'd paid already or something.
Yeah.
So, we show up, we get a slice, the whole ridiculous fucking game of trivia goes through. We get dead fucking last, but we win a bottle of champagne.
Yeah, apparently the first and the last teams get a bottle of champagne. So it's like, with that kind of incentive, why the fuck would I want to even try? I might as well just be last.
And I think the first place was like, I think like it was like a $50 bar tab. I think that's what first place, something like that. So it was only just slightly more than what you actually paid as a team.
Yeah.
To fucking
play.
Yeah.
So we do win a bottle of champagne.
Yeah. And Nick goes and gets it. Dan had left.
Yeah, Dan did leave, and it was just the three of us.
Oh, you know what? Because he left to go pick up his friend or something like that from back home. So we have the bottle. Mm-hmm. And you're going home because you just went out to eat. We got a slice.
I'm pregnant. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. So I offered.
Yes.
I was like,
that's what I was going to get at.
So you and Nick wanted to go out still.
Yeah, because it was only like 9 or so.
Yeah, it was pretty early.
We were going to continue drinking.
And I was like, well, I will take the champagne bottle home and put it in the fridge or something for you.
He did not want to let it go.
Yeah, so I was like, so you don't have to carry it around with you, and I don't think you even can take it to other bars with you.
He was like, no, we're good. I was like, you cannot take alcohol into a bar.
Yeah. And he was like, no, fire.
It was a big-ass fucking bottle,
It's huge. And so I leave and go home, and now you continue on with what happened.
So we leave. We walk to the next block to another bar. We're about to go in. And then there's somebody at the door, and he's like, oh, fuck. I can't get in. I was like, dude, that's what we fucking said. You can't take a bottle of fucking champagne into a bar. So, again, if you're familiar with West Seattle, California Street is that's the street.
It's the main street. It's got a bunch of bars.
Restaurants. There's a lot going on. But they do have, on some of the restaurants, they have outdoor seating, all that good shit. They try to make it look nice. There's just a bush, a little street shrub.
Yeah.
We're already a little toasty by this point. I just go, just fucking hide it in that bush right there, dude. Just fucking put it in there as far as you can go. And he's like scraping his arm and just like to get it as far in as possible. So we're like, all right, cool. We'll get it later as we walk home. Well, the night continues. We obviously don't. We don't get it.
Yeah.
Completely fucking forget.
So then, cut to the next day. Nick is still on California Street, but he's at a tattoo shop getting a tattoo.
We went and had, I think we had breakfast or something at Easy Street, the record shop right there. And I think that's what sparked the whole thing.
The tattoo thing?
Yeah. I forget. I don't know.
Well,
there was a little bit prior. Yeah, there was something we did prior. Or we were down at Beer Junction. I think we were drinking. We're obviously drinking or something again already.
Well, so Nick had a tattoo appointment. And so he's off at the tattoo shop. And I think you called me or something. Or maybe you slept here. I don't remember.
I think I came back for something because he was doing his tattoo and then I came back.
And I was like, well, I'll come with you.
Oh,
we were going to go get food. We went to Coastline.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, we went and got food.
Hold on. Well, let's backtrack again. Next day happens. We're having breakfast. We're on California. And then we remember about that bottle of champagne. I didn't even bring that back up. I remember like, dude, we didn't even get the fucking bottle last night when we went home.
And you didn't even go look for it?
We walked back up the street. And then you could clearly see it.
That's not what happened. Because I was there. It was me and you who found the champagne bottle.
What were we doing?
I'll tell you. That's what I was getting to.
Okay. I don't remember how we found it again.
I do. That's what I was trying to get at.
Okay.
So Nick was at the tattoo shop. And
then we went to Coastline.
Hold on.
I got it. Okay.
Here, let me just tell this.
Go. Continue.
So Nick was at the tattoo shop. You and I were going to go get food. You were like, what are you doing? You're like, I'm bored. Nick's getting his tattoo. I was like, cool. I'm hungry because I'm pregnant. I'm a fat ass. And you're like, okay, I'll go to Coastline with you. So we go. Nick wants some coffee and some gum or some shit. So we go to Starbucks and we get these frappuccinos. I get the frappuccinos.
Oh, I got some too.
And we're standing at the light waiting for their crosswalk sign. And what the fuck did I do? Like, why did I drop it on? I dropped a frappuccino on him, on his foot.
I'm kind of glad that I was wearing flip-flops because it went all over my foot. Plastic cup drops perfect at my foot.
I think the lid slipped off or something.
No, I don't know. It cracked perfectly down the side.
Either way. So Dan's got frappuccino and whipped cream on his foot. And then we go over, we talk to Nick, I give him his gum and the other coffee that didn't spill. And so we start walking up the Coastline. And you start telling me about the champagne bottle in the bush.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, what bush was it? And you're like, I don't know. It was just one of these bushes. So I start eyeballing the fuck out of all the bushes we're walking by. And there it is. Plain as fucking day, not super deep into a bush. Anyone could see it.
It was, so this bush didn't even have any leaves on it because it was still it was still the end of winter. It's spring. It's starting to get warm again. It was just branches.
I'm like, dude.
And it was shiny because it was sunny.
Yeah.
And the sun is like beaming off of this bottle.
I was like, dude, there's your champagne bottle.
Oh shit, there it is.
So you grab it, right? I mean, we didn't leave it there.
Oh no, we got it.
Did you ever drink it?
Yeah,
or did you just give it to Nick?
No, we drank it. I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was shitty. I don't know.
Wow, what a blackout that day was for you, huh?
Well, I mean,
You don't remember
it was
shit.
like fucking 3 years ago.
I mean, yeah. I only remember because I was actually sober, and I was only sober because I was pregnant.
Only reason.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks a lot, Trevor.
Bless up, Trev. He's the best. Yeah, so that was pretty good.
9 months, couldn't party.
No, that's okay, though. It was more than 9 months because, like, the whole breastfeeding thing.
Oh, yeah.
Don't recommend, by the way.
Breastfeeding or having kids?
Both.
Breastfeeding because you had a kid.
I mean, yeah, what else are you breastfeeding if you don't have a kid, a
Oh,
cat?
there's some weird shit out there, man. It's like Fokker said, if you got nipples, they can milk you.
Are you going to milk a hamster?
I was like you said, I got nipples. Can you milk me?
Ew, that just, like, triggered a hardcore memory.
Is it false or real?
No, it's a real memory.
Okay.
This person's false as fuck, though. I don't even know if I should tell it.
No names. It's just, if it's no names, I mean, if you know who you are, then that's on you.
So I knew...
This is just a story for everybody. It's for me. I don't know.
So I knew a trans woman, and so, you know, like a male to female.
Okay, because when you say trans, what is it? I don't know how to... So, male to female.
Right, so, like, born male and, like, transition to female.
All right, I'm there. I'm with you.
So, by the way, our neighbors are hardcore staring at us.
Hell
They
yeah.
just closed the blinds, and I was trying not to look over there, but I think they finally just realized what we're doing.
Really?
Yeah.
Why'd they close, man?
Well, they only closed one blind and then slightly closed the
Oh,
other.
they're
you can-
watching.
No, you can look. They're not looking at us right now. You can look.
That's fine. I'm listening. I
Okay.
was really engaged in this story.
Sorry. So I knew someone who had transitioned from male to female.
Okay.
Or it was like in the middle of the transition. Mm-hmm. And I cannot stop looking over
I'm watching you not being able to see. Now I know what you feel like when I'm constantly staring off at something else.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to refer to her as she because she's a trans woman. She literally would be like, oh, my boobs are milking. And would like sit there and squeeze her nipples. And something literally did come out. And I was like, this is not, what is happening? This is not possible.
It's not milk.
No, it wasn't milk.
So what is it?
I don't know. I was really grossed out though.
Wait, so you saw something like the shirt get wet, or you saw like
no, I literally
nipple
saw
and...
her like squeeze her nipple, like a male nipple.
So flopped it out.
Yeah.
And just...
Yes.
Ew.
Sorry. What was...
I don't know how we got here. Again, we're on our little like just rabbit, just that little rabbit hole. Just I have no clue how this happened.
I don't know, but we need to talk about something else.
Okay, here's something. We're gonna completely lighten the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And this was because I went. What? What the fuck are you laughing at? Are you looking at them again?
Yes, I don't know what's happening over there, but it looks like...
Are they filming us?
No, she has like a VR headset or something. I don't know. It's very confusing.
They're doing like... How
No,
do you
stop
see
looking
that?
over there. I don't know.
I can't see shit.
I think she's a fucking alien. I think they're robots, actually.
Oh, fuck. They're on
She
to
has
us.
like a straight up helmet on.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't see shit.
You can't see the edge of her head. I don't know. It's okay.
I do need another drink though.
What were you gonna say? Sorry.
All right, we're gonna completely transition. This is gonna be a lighter note. We're just trying to remember things, and I bring this up because I went to Subway the other day. Oh, this was on my road trip back from California to here, and I stopped at Subway, and they I might be dating myself when I say this though. Subway, they used to cut a V shape, like a lid to the bread. Mm-hmm. You know how they just go straight down the middle?
Yeah.
Or they like try and open it. You know, it looks like this, right? It's the whole roll.
Yeah, like a hot dog bun, like the long.
Yeah,
way.
yeah. Okay. So it was the roll. They used to cut like this, and they used to remove the top part, put all your fixins in this like valley, and then they would put the lid back on, and that's how they used to serve it to you.
I don't remember that at all.
That's why I said I think I'm dating myself
We're
when
the
I say
same
this.
age.
Nuh-uh.
We're only like 2 years apart.
Well, when did you go to Subway? Did you? How often when you were young did you go to Subway?
I don't know. My brother worked at a Qdoba and I worked at a Firehouse Sub. So
What does that have anything to do?
it means that I wasn't going to a Subway. I was going to Firehouse Subs or Qdoba.
There you go. You answered my question. You were anti-Subway because
I'm actually a huge Subway fan. Michael hates Subway. He's like, Subway is the trash of all trash sandwich shops. But I genuinely kind of like it. I don't mind it at all.
I'm just on the move. I'm just like, I need to eat something, so I'll just get a sandwich.
Yeah, I'm not super picky. He's very picky. He's like, no, I refuse any form of fast food. Not Subway. Well,
yeah, you fucking Taco Bell, I'll tell you that much. You McDonald's, you fucking some McDonald's.
That motherfucker, when he's drunk or hungover, he'll eat anything.
Oh, he'll McDonald's sober. I've seen it.
I'm gonna give him so much shit.
I've seen that.
I've seen him devour 2 burgers while he was hungover. It was like a quarter pounder and a Big Mac.
Oh,
and
I know.
Fries.
Oh, yeah.
We call it the Alaska Mike. That was when he was fat.
When he was fat.
And then when I was fat, I lived in Milwaukee. So it's like the Alaska Mike and the Milwaukee Tracy.
And y'all are just this pile of food, but it's like, oh, is that for both of you? No, this is mine. She hasn't taken hers out of the bag yet.
That's what happens when 2 fat people become skinny and we eat fat people food.
Relapse.
Yeah, it's a relapse, literally. We feel like such shit about ourselves after.
But anyway, the valley
Never
on the
seen
bread.
It. Can't relate.
You know what? It's in Happy Gilmore.
I've never seen Happy Gilmore.
Oh my god.
I know.
In Happy Gilmore, when he gets sponsored by Subway, look at the sandwich. Look at the sandwich on Happy Gilmore.
Do you want me to like look it up right now on YouTube or something?
Well, I mean, I actually just Google images of Happy Gilmore Subway. I'm pretty sure that's enough words to find it. Or Subway, I don't know. I want to see now. Well, that's like the actual full-blown video.
It's a 58-second clip of
when
it happened.
Oh, it's loading.
Well, I can't play it on the podcast anyways because of copyright. I don't think.
I'm pretty sure whoever uploaded this has 0 rights to any of it. Let me see.
Is that the actual right scene though? Because they're already eating the sandwich.
I know, but look, you can see the sandwich right there. Like, turn it sideways. Turn it sideways.
Why do I need to turn it sideways?
So you can see it full screen.
Why do I need to see it full screen? You and Michael are fucking weirdos.
What does that have to do with
Y'all
anything?
both like always turn things over to the side to see it better. And I'm like, I can see it perfectly fine.
You cannot.
Yes, I can.
Side view and full screen and that little screen is not the same thing.
I literally have 20/15 vision. I can see it perfectly fine.
That doesn't make any sense.
How does that not make sense?
All right, while you watch that, I'm going to get something else to drink.
Yeah, but it's just like the sandwich looks pretty normal to me.
Let me see.
Even watching it sideways, it still looks the same.
Look.
Yeah, the sandwich looks
Hold on.
fucking same.
Eat it right now. See that? You see how it's cut like this, the lid?
Oh, yeah, okay.
Told you.
I've never seen Happy Gilmore. Why is he being a Subway person?
Well, he's just eating it, and then they do PR shit, and then they get him more money.
Oh. Whatever happened to Jared? Didn't he become like a child molester or some shit?
Yeah, he fucked up.
What a shame. He was so famous. Everyone who he was... I have something I need to mention to the podcast. And if you're watching it on YouTube, you're going to see this dumb shit. Dan, come here.
What?
Come here.
Hold on,
I need you to show the camera your blang blang. This motherfucker got blang blang in his ear.
As soon as I took off my headset,
It reminded me.
Reminded you.
Look at this shit. Okay, hold on. So look, Show the camera.
Yeah.
So you see how from far away it's just like this white spot?
Yeah.
So when he walks in, he goes immediately to the washer and dryer and he starts doing his laundry. And I was like, so hey, did you shave recently? And
But
he,
yeah, I have a full beard.
yeah, and then I looked at him again and I was like, oh wait, no, he has a full beard. So I looked at it closer because it looks like shaving cream. Like he missed a spot of shaving cream from far away. And I was like, what the fuck is
Dude,
that?
I dig it, bro. I fucking dig it. Look at that.
Your earring is literally bigger than any earring I would ever wear.
This is the small one, too, of the set that I have.
Do you need some smaller ones? I got some smaller ones. That's definitely not in regs. Oh, wait, you can't wear them in...
I can't wear it anyway.
I thought I was talking to a girl for a second. Sorry. My
That's
bad.
offensive.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm offended.
Oh,
You
I'm
can't tell me what is and isn't offensive in my own views.
No, I agree. I completely agree. That's why I was like, oh, is it?
And yes, I'm telling you. I'm offended. You offended me.
I'm sorry. But you should also put it in the other ear, too, if you want to be more feminine.
More feminine?
Less feminine? What do you want to be? I don't know what you want to be, Dan. Make up your mind.
I wasn't going on either one of those. I just saw it and like
How old were you when you got that piercing?
I was like 9.
9?
I was in elementary. Yeah. When I first pierced my ear, I was like 9 or 10.
Did you pierce it yourself or something? Or did
No,
your parents
my
took you?
parents took me to go get it.
Really?
I said I wanted an earring, and then they took me.
Oh, wow. That's impressive and not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah, I was a child.
Shit, dude, I didn't
I
even
was in like maybe, I think I was like 4th grade.
Fuck, I didn't get my ears pierced till like middle school.
Yeah, see, so your whole perspective on this earring now just changed, didn't it? Yeah.
Well, so like I know people who will like pierce their kids' ears when they're like babies, like super young.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then my parents were not about that, and I'm actually not about that either.
Really?
Personally, yeah. I would just rather like 9 is fine because you physically probably said I want my ear pierced.
Yeah, yeah.
and your
Like I
parents
told
took
my
you.
parents, I was like, I want one. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what it was? I think it was a Terminator.
Terminator made you want to get your ear pierced?
Yeah. I think the friend of John Connor had an earring when they're riding around the dirt bikes.
I can't think of who you're talking about, but it made me for some reason think of Lost Boys, and you know how they
Oh,
all,
you know what? That's another good one too.
Yeah.
They did. So yeah.
They all had, like,
but
the
they had the
little
little I
dangle.
was looking at
Yeah.
the danglies. I was gonna get the dangly with the cross on it.
see, like the dangly, I think is kind of like kind of punk or goth or whatever, like kind of cool. But then like the diamond just kind of like is ooh, how do I say this in like a politically correct way?
I don't know.
Hip hop.
Well, see, I think that's why I went with this one is because I'm not. Like, I don't dress or act like that in any way.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of funny that
see,
I have that.
So it's like kind of ironic.
Yeah, yeah.
But like the dangle, I could see you have like a dangle feather or a dangle cross.
I'm telling you, I looked at the dangly cross one.
Yeah, like that one seems fitting. Like I could see you wearing that.
It's just like a small stud on top. It has
Yeah.
a little dangly and then a cross.
Yeah, like that seems fitting. But the whole diamond thing, I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah, I know.
It's a whole new Dan coming in now that you're getting transferred to San Francisco.
Whoa, dude. Putting all kinds of like emphasis out there now.
Stereotypes?
Yes, exactly.
They exist for a reason.
But like I said, that I've had that since I was a child. And then I was like, you know what? Let me see if it's still sure enough, it
That's just crazy. Okay, so when did you take it out? Like, so you got it at 9. When did you officially take it out?
maybe
And not
like,
wear it again until now?
maybe like 12 or about 13 maybe.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah.
And it didn't close this whole time?
No.
You didn't have to like push really hard. It just like
No,
slid
I
right
just
in?
like I just kind of like I grabbed it and I just kind of like moved it for a little bit. It took maybe like less than a minute to just.
That's so interesting how like certain parts of the body will take to a piercing really well and then others won't.
Because I had 2. So the one just above it, I don't think there's definitely no way I don't think that one would.
Oh, you had 2?
It's like a full blown scar. I feel like it's very like when I brush my teeth every morning and I wash my face and I see it, I'm always like, this is so noticeable. How do people not see that?
Okay, well, for one, I
Can
don't
you
look,
see the other one?
Yeah, I see it now that you pointed out, but it doesn't look like a piercing hole at all. Also, I don't look at people's ears or their holes or the holes in their ears.
Well, see, this is something that I'm coming out with it. There you go. I'm self-conscious.
Are you?
I don't know. I guess I am.
Well, Chappie was like, yeah.
And then I told her, I was like, it doesn't matter what I do. You're just going to talk shit and go the opposite route of whatever I do.
I think that's the point of a friendship is just to talk
Yeah.
shit to each other.
And then she instantly agreed, like, yeah, you're right.
You were like, it's my body. It's your body, your choice, Dan. You can do whatever the fuck you want.
I could just start wearing suits fucking
That'd be sick.
every day.
Do it.
And then she'd be like, who are you trying to be? I'd be like, fuck you, dude. Like,
Or Nick would be like, actually, Nick would probably start wearing suits as well. It's the fucking Peaky Blinders.
yeah, bro.
I also, speaking of Peaky Blinders, I never watched.
After you left, you never continued, did you?
I left the boat, never watched a single episode again.
I didn't think
Which is
so.
weird because I genuinely liked the show. I
It's a
just
great
like,
show.
The vibe wasn't right to just sit there by myself and watch Peaky Blinders. I can't do it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever watched a single episode without
Someone
others
else.
who was into it as much as I was.
Yeah. I just can't, I'm sorry, I just can't like sit there and do it.
I can see that. There was another show, Ray Donovan.
Oh,
We started that, and I only had so many episodes on my hard drive, and then when we left the boat, I never watched any. And so many more seasons continued after that.
really? So I do remember Michael
It was a really good show.
coming home and watching wherever he left off on Ray Donovan. And I really like the main guy. What's his name? Like Lindsay something?
I don't know.
I feel like it was a feminine name. And by feminine, I just mean like you associate it with girls most often. But I feel like it was Lindsay something. Okay, so either way, what I always refer to him, though, is as Cotton. Because that guy was in the original Scream movie, and his character name was Cotton. Because I remember, what's her tits, the main character, she thought that he was the killer, and he wasn't.
Cotton Weary.
Yeah, Cotton Weary.
Scream.
Yeah, Scream, the movie. That's what I was talking about. So every time I see him in any other thing,
Cotton Weary.
I refer to him as Cotton. I'm like, oh, that's Cotton. And so when he started watching Ray Donovan, I was like, oh shit, that's fucking Cotton. I was like, I would watch this just because Cotton's in it. I love that guy.
And he had no clue what you're talking about. Or did he know?
I don't think he did.
Cotton Weary. Yep.
But what's his real name?
I
That's
don't
what
know,
I need.
But
to
he
know.
was innocent.
He was innocent. Did he die? I don't remember. No, he got stabbed.
In real life?
In Scream.
Oh. Did he? I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't remember. I swear to God, it's Lindy. Oh, Liv Schreiber. Oh, fuck me, I'm so dumb.
That's how you pronounce that?
Liv. Yeah, it's Liv Schreiber.
Leave.
I always thought Liv was like a kind of feminine name. I think it's because I always thought like associated with Lindsay. Like I thought his name was Lindsay Schreiber. I don't know, whatever. But speaking of like unisex names, me and Chappie were talking about this before. I actually really like unisex names. So like if his name once was Lindsay, I'd be kind of down with that. Or like James for a woman, or like Morgan for a dude.
You said that on the last one.
I know, just because I really like it.
I know. And then I still, again, Morgan, I think is a cool one.
I think he's hot. Not as hot as Kevin Costner, though.
Or Kurt Russell.
No, yeah, that's Chappie's thing, though.
Yeah.
I'm all about the Kevin Costner.
Senior
The KC.
Chief Randall.
No, not Senior Chief.
I like saying that to ruin your vibe. That's why I say it.
I literally forget that movie even exists. All the time. What was the other thing you wanted to ask me?
What?
I feel like you said that you wanted to ask me something. We're just forgetting all kinds of shit today.
I don't know. We had a pretty good lineup, but
Then it
I
got
don't
ruined.
fucking remember any of it.
By drinking White Claws.
I'm drinking vodka.
No, you're not. Are you? Or no, you're still drinking White Claw.
It's vodka soda, probably.
There's no soda.
Came in that can right there.
White Claw.
Wait, that's not vodka soda?
No. Yeah, I'm not a big White Claw fan. But for some reason today, like, I don't know, just like the weather and the vibe. I was like, I'm not feeling hard liquor. I'm not really feeling beer. I was like, let's just drink White Claw, I guess. Like,
And I agreed.
it's kind of the in between of beer and hard liquor.
Yeah.
So we did. We got the White Claw.
And then you got to still mix it. You weren't drinking vodka. You know. You got to get the mixer.
What mixer?
You just drink vodka straight.
What are you talking about?
When we drink the vodka drinks.
Oh yeah.
What did you
But we
think I
already
was saying?
But we already have Red Bull. But
I know, but you have to pour. This is just...
I mean, mixing it's not hard. But it's kind of like when you drink Red Bull vodkas, like Red Bull vodkas to me are like a get hype drink. If I'm just sitting at my house and I'm going to go to sleep by like 10:30, I'm not trying to drink Red Bull vodkas.
I don't know. It's more the taste. I don't think it does not wake me up.
If I have one, it doesn't wake me up. But if I start having multiple, which I tend to do if I start, then yeah. Well, it's not like it wakes me up. Like, it still makes me go to sleep, but then it makes it harder to stay asleep, and then it really gives me fucked up dreams. Like, I'm just, like, laying there, staring off into the dark, but I'm still awake. Because it's an upper and a downer, essentially. It's like you just did a bunch of cocaine and drank. It's an upper and a downer.
All right. Red Bull.
It gives you wings.
Crazy shit. So dreams.
Oh no, we're gonna get into dreams?
Yeah. Let's do that. Let's talk about some dreams.
Ah, sick with it. I have a whole fucking okay, so look, in my psychology class last week I had to write
Let's talk about it.
I had to do a paper about like associating what's happening in your real life to your dreams and like what's subconsciously
It's a trip, dude. Like your mind is crazy. How much do you actually, I don't even know if I can put this into words. Like how much do you actually, can you process like verbally from what your brain is like, what your eyes have actually seen, if that makes any sense.
Like what
you know how like you know how in a dream I'll be in a crowd, a sea of people, but they all have faces.
Mm-hmm.
How, like your mind can't make those faces up, right? Like these are is that a thing?
Supposedly.
But even so, like it has to, your mind has to have taken snippets of shit that you've actually seen throughout your life, right?
Well, that's
like you can store a lot of crazy shit back there that you can't even tap into on your own, right?
Yeah, but I find the whole facial thing kind of complicated.
Well, that was just an example. Just an example.
I know, but like
of what you can actually store without knowing that it's there.
I know, but that fucks me up because like, so supposedly your mind cannot just make up a new person when you dream. Like you're seeing, when you see faces, it's like faces you've seen in real life. But at the same time, what do you think people who create new characters online are doing? They're creating a new face.
But I mean, they're like, I could draw something right now.
But you're taking snippets of other people's faces.
Yeah, well, and again, that's what, you know. Or, I mean, they could just look at 5 people in their office around them. And then just take all those features. Like, I could take somebody's eyebrows, somebody's nose, somebody's lips, somebody's eyes, somebody's ears.
But
and
isn't
make
that creating a new face? So, yes, you did take
But consciously doing it.
Yeah, so like you took parts of other people's faces, but I think the point was that you can't create a new face, but you did just create a new face even if you took parts of other people's faces. This sounds like a fucking serial killer. Like, I'm cutting apart people's faces and sewing them into a new one.
I guess the crazy thing about it is that you're doing it while you're unconscious. Like, while you're not aware of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Is what I find amazing.
Well, I think when
like
you're
you know what I'm saying? Like when you're drawing it, I'm purposely doing that, so it doesn't look so repetitive, I guess.
Oh, the heat just kicked on.
Yeah, right there.
66 degrees in here. I'm gonna get a new drink, but keep talking.
So yeah, faces, dreams. I don't know. Well, like I told you earlier, I had a very vivid dream about just, I knew I was going to come over today to record, but just parking. I guess it's because it's in the back of my mind. Actually, it's not even, it's the biggest, like thing that stands in my way of wanting to come here every time to record is where the fuck I'm gonna park. And that's what lingers in my mind all the time, is knowing I'm gonna come over and it's like, oh, where the fuck am I gonna park?
Yeah, but there's
So I
also...
have a dream. So last night I dreamt like, and I was like, here we go. I'm driving up, and it was so clear as day. But then I get here, and so many parking spots in front, and that's why I brought it up to you today, was how it looked in my dream. How much parking there was out on the street was exactly, almost car for car, was how it actually was today when I actually parked my truck.
Well, so you know how they say that dreams are
That's
like...
fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, so yours was more like a premonition and less of like a dream, right? Because your dreams are supposed to be your subconscious's way of like dealing with everyday events and your stress and like whatever your emotional well-being is. And you can't like work through that, I guess, when you're awake.
I guess that's a good thing, is that the most stressful thing in my life right now was where I was going to park my truck.
Yeah.
I guess I'm in a good place. You know what? Yeah. I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
That's my takeaway from it. I'm going to sleep on that and I'm going to take that and just be like.
Well, if it was the exact same setup as what you dreamt, then I don't think it was your like, yes, subconsciously you're like, oh man, I'm worried about where I'm going to park tomorrow.
I was.
Because so you dreamt about it.
So that's the thing, is I dread it. I'm like, fuck.
I totally feel you. Like whenever people would ask me to go to like their house, I'm like, fuck, that means I have to fucking go downtown, or I have to go off to this other place and I have to find street parking. And like that's why I hate living in a city area. It's all street parking, or you have to pay to park, and that's a fucking pain in the ass. I shouldn't have to pay to go visit my friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't wait to move and not have that. But so we had to create a journal of dreams, and then we had to write a paper about what we dreamt. So.
Oh, we tap into the journal?
Yeah. Well, most of these dreams are pretty, they're kind of all really negative, actually.
Negative?
Yeah, like they all they're all kind of darker.
It's up to you.
Okay, well, I'll tell you this one. So, because this one's really weird. I guess so.
Those are good. Those are good to talk about.
It was like, have you ever had those dreams where you start off in one scene? It's almost like a movie where you start off on one scene and then it cuts to another scene, but they're not necessarily related, like, at all.
Yeah.
But you're still conscious.
But you picked up exactly where you know what's happening. You're aware of the time lapse, I guess.
Yeah. So this dream was where I was, and I'm kind of trying to paraphrase it from what I wrote, because when I first wake up, I just kind of like shorthand it, like, I don't know, I'm half awake. So it was like I was shown a video clip of 3 different situations, and I had to choose between the 3. And so the first video clip I was shown is a woman with a baby, and it's in the 1920s, and she's in like a speakeasy, and she's looking for someone specifically, probably like the baby daddy. I don't know. And she finds a secret area behind a curtain. And then she opens the curtain and it cuts to the next dream, like the next unrelated dream.
Oh, shit.
Where I am like on a road, and like off to the side, there's like a fruit stand or something. And I get out and I'm talking to the people, and they're telling me about this irrigation system that they built in, and they're so proud of it, and it's built out of PVC pipe, and I'm looking at it, and they're like, it's completely, well, like, the whole field was just, like, water. It was, like, mud. It was just fucked. And they were like, we built this irrigation system, and we couldn't turn the water on because it started raining, and then it never stopped raining for, like, a month. And so, like, everything's just fucked and completely damaged, and there was no point in the irrigation system at all. And then that's it. So I was supposed to be shown 3 situations, right? But I only got to 2 before my alarm went off and I woke up for work. So, and I was like, I didn't put that one in my paper, because I was like, you're supposed to correlate whatever your dream was with what was happening in real life. And I was like, what the fuck is this supposed to mean? I was like, I don't have any real life
Like, what is this a metaphor for?
Exactly. Like, what is this supposed to be telling me? I don't get it. I don't fucking know.
Or time. When you'll fall asleep for like 20 minutes. Mm. But in your dream, everything that happened, it's not even possible for you to, like, you could tell the entire story if it was that vivid, and it would take so much longer for you to say it word for word what happened, and it would take so much longer than the little 20 minutes that you just crashed out for. Like, how the hell is that possible?
It's like you know live an entire life in a dream. It's the weirdest thing. Oh my God, speaking of. So there was this story. I was listening to it on like YouTube or something. On like one of the horror narrations. I don't even know if the story's real. Probably not. It was on Reddit originally. Anyways, it doesn't matter. This guy, he got into a car accident, I think. And he lived this entire life. He recovered from his car accident. He met this woman. He went to college. They had kids, and he was living a great life. Like, he loved his life. And he woke up from the coma and realized that...
So this whole life was in his coma dream?
Yeah. That everything that he had dreamt or, like, thought was real was a complete lie. And he was... like devastated. Like he said that he still thought about his children, his fake children that never existed. That's fucking insane. Even if that's not even a real story, who knows? But could you imagine if that like actually happened to you?
But I mean, I feel like that's what dreams can do.
Right. Like you have this entire, almost like a double life. Like you have this whole, that's why I love dreams. You can do all kinds of shit.
Where does it come from? There's obviously something going on up there.
Well, yeah.
So in depth that you can't even, in words, like you cannot. I know there's shit going up there that like, I don't even know it's happening.
So I've had this recurring dream literally for as long as I can remember, like as long as I've been alive. And I can't fully describe it to you. It's the weirdest thing. And it only happens, and I mean, I could go years without having this dream. And all of a sudden I'll have it. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. It's the dream. And it's the same dream. It's not scary.
But that's crazy that you knowing that it's happening, you're acknowledging it.
Yeah, I know. I like get into the dream and I'm like, and I'll literally be like, fuck, I haven't had this dream in like 6 years. I think the longest I've gone was like 3 years without this dream. I'm going to try to explain it to you. It's impossible.
That's what I'm saying is like, you know how vivid it is, but you can't.
It's so abstract, though. That's the problem. There's no people in it. There's nothing in it, actually. There's literally nothing in it. It happens when I start to fall asleep. And all of a sudden, my eyes will be closed. And I can literally just feel... Do you ever see in movies where it's that weird fucking creepy scene? Like, it gives me chill bumps every time. And I think it's because it reminds me of the stream. Where it's like that... And it like... It starts to like zone out, like you can see like their tunnel vision and they start to zone out, kind of. It's like that, but I can feel it amongst everything in the room. Like I can feel myself moving away from everything in the room and the bed.
Yeah.
And then
like it just starts to get longer.
But I'm not looking at anything. My eyes are closed. But I can, like, literally feel everything moving away from me. It's weird. Kind of like a black hole, like how things stretch. And then all of a sudden, it's this, like, fabric, essentially. I'm, like, just standing and touching fabric. But it's, like, a very particular feeling. And I can never describe it to anyone ever. It's just, like, I can, like... feel this thing and it keeps going in and out like a black hole where like things stretch and then it snaps back and then it stretches and it snaps back and it's just that the entire dream and that's it. And it's just blackness and fabric and that's it. Huh. It's so weird. But I've had it literally as long as I can remember. What is that supposed to mean? You know?
I'm
like,
pretty
what
sure
the fuck
that's
is
a reoccurring dream. I'm pretty sure that means something. I'm pretty sure you could Google it.
I actually have a dream book and it has like a bunch of...
It explains...
Yeah,
like
so like
images or animals or shit like that.
Or like your teeth falling out. Like it has like meanings for all of that stuff. Or if you lose a loved one, or you die in a fucking fiery car accident.
Well, you're not gonna have any more dreams after that.
Yeah.
Or in your dream, that happened, and then that's what that means.
I have a lot of death dreams. More often than not.
Honestly, I have some where I've committed some just major crime, and then, I got away with it, but then in the dream something happened, and I never know what I did, or I think I might have like killed someone or something. Mm-hmm. And then I got away with it for the moment. I got away, and then I go home and I just fall asleep. But then in my dream, I wake back up. And then I wake up with just this sinking feeling.
Ew, it reminds me of Hereditary.
That's what. So when the boy, when he, if you haven't seen the movie, I don't want to give too much away.
No,
but
give it away. Spoiler alert.
All right. So when
I mean, the movie's been out for a few years now.
Yeah.
Like, fuck y'all if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I love the movie.
It's fucked.
It is so fucked.
I hate it.
It's so fucked. It's amazing. So the boy kills his sister by chopping her head off
on accident. Okay, you just started that off.
Why do you think I did that on purpose? I did that on purpose. That
Okay.
was whatever. All right. Maybe you can explain it better. I just want to go straight to the fucking.
Okay, so like a teenager and his younger sister who is like, what, 10, 9?
What do you call that? She has an allergic reaction to like
so she
like
goes
nuts.
in an anaphylactic shock because she ate some cookies that had like peanuts in it. She's allergic to peanuts.
They
Whatever.
had a bunch of fucking like peanuts in it.
So she can't breathe. She's breaking out in the hives. Her brother, who had been smoking weed at a party, is like, "Oh shit, I have to take
he's
her."
already tossed.
Yeah. So he puts her in the car and they leave. She can't breathe, so she rolls down the window and puts her head out of the window.
So much better explanation than I would have given.
I'm so good at stories. You have no idea. I should be a book writer. So, and this is like a hurried up version. So he's driving down the road.
Boom,
she rolls down the window. She puts her head out because she can't breathe. And when we're drunk and stuff like that.
Oh,
like,
he was legitimately concerned. He keeps looking back at her like, oh, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. And in just the split second that he looks back to check on her, he veers off slightly, just slightly off the road. He veers off. Telephone pole. Her head is out the window to just feel air, to try and feel better about herself and try and get some air in.
And then boom.
He veered off just far enough to clip her head only. Mm-hmm. He knew exactly what happened. So this dude just goes into shock himself.
Like he literally stops the car, never looks back behind to look at her body, never looks back. But
he knew 100%. We actually just talked about this the other day.
Yeah.
The guy who I forget his name. That actor, he did a great job on that scene. It's such a fucked up scene, but it's so good. His acting is so fucking good to where it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, so he's like high. He already knows he fucked up.
He's sober, and you can see the soberness instant. Like just.
Oh, he knew. Like he knew he fucking killed his sister.
And when he paused, when he tried, so that this is what I told you before, was when he tried to ask, "Are you okay?" But the words never come out
because she's not okay.
Yeah, and the fact that
Yeah.
If you didn't pick up on that, then you don't like movies. You don't like movies.
I'm just talking shit.
Just talking shit. Anyway, but no, that was a very like.
I think you just felt an emotional connection to that scene. Did you murder someone by accident?
That's what I'm trying to get at in my dreams. So that whole scene in my dreams, you see what I'm saying? I don't know.
Well, I think some things will subconsciously fuck you up. Like after that scene, okay, so we went and saw Hereditary in theaters. I was pregnant, and that scene fucked me up for months.
And I think that's why I relate to that so much, is because in my dreams, I'm like, I don't think the kid even went to sleep. He just laid down. He just left and just went about his business. And then that's how I feel in my dreams. Like,
well, I think
what the fuck did I do?
Passed out of sleep because he was high and drunk probably too. I don't remember if he drank alcohol, but I know he smoked weed.
Yeah, he smoked. He was smoking about it.
So he felt like he just drove home, and then he
just continued on with his headless sister in the backseat.
And then parked the car, went into the house,
and
fell
just went
asleep.
Straight to bed.
And then the next scene is his mom walking out to go to work. She goes to her car
Hysterical, absolute, just.
and starts screaming.
Even
and then
her
he wakes
too,
up.
like the job that she did, just her just losing it.
I think she's so unaesthetically pleasing, but I think her acting is very good.
She's
And I know
emotional.
that
Her
sounds very
emotions
shallow.
are very like
Yeah, she's really
like oh fuck.
good. Fuck, I fucking hate that movie. Like I'll never watch that movie again because of that scene.
Oh, it's so fucked up.
So like, although we just spoiled the fuck out of that scene. If
Well, like you
haven't
said,
seen
if
it-
you haven't seen it, then fuck you.
but if you haven't seen it and that explanation of the beheading
Honestly,
of a girl
I
intrigued
saw
you,
it. I saw it almost right away after it came out, and I knew there was a insane scene, and I
Yeah.
knew the little girl was involved, so I knew something was coming, and I was honestly nervous to go watch that movie.
well, because I remember when we went and saw it, you had already seen it, and you
Oh,
were
yeah.
like, "It's real." Like,
I
fucked up.
warned y'all,
Yeah, Michael was
and
there,
y'all
wasn't he?
still came out like
I was like, well, I love horror movies. Like that's kind of our thing. Like you'll come over, we'll watch
Yeah.
scary movies, or like Becca.
I love.
Horror movies are like the thing that we
Yeah.
do. Like we just watch scary movies and we judge it.
And
And
I
talk about
warned
it.
you about this.
The climax movie.
Oh yeah, climax.
Oh my god. So the last time we did a podcast, Dan Stayed the Night, obviously, and he was telling me about this movie called Climax.
It's an A24 movie. That was yeah. They put out just great movies.
So I'm like, all right, let's fucking watch it. So the next day, we watch it, and it was not.
It was a mind fuck.
It was a super acid trip. Literally, it was an acid trip.
That's what I'm gonna assume. It's just I don't. Well, what happened? They spiked. Well, the drinks get spiked
Yeah,
with something.
it was LSD.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to give it to if they haven't seen.
Well, I
it.
mean, what other drug would you spike it? I mean, like I guess bath salts, because then you
actually
eat people's faces.
that I've just from the news. That's what I would assume was happening.
I was like, maybe it's angel dust or like PCP or something. Is it called PCP?
I think it's the same thing
I think it is the same thing. I think you're right.
because I remember from what's that movie? Oh no, it was on Dave Chappelle. Like, you just smoke PCP. Angel does, baby. That's on Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. So the movie is in French. So you have to read the subtitles.
Yeah, so if you're not about that life, just don't even watch it.
Right.
Subtitles, just forget it.
Okay, but I'll be honest. I'm not a big... If there's subtitles, I more than likely won't watch it because I find it hard to pay attention to what's actually happening in the scene and
it's
then
a
what's also
big
being said. But in
flip-flop.
this movie, it was actually pretty easy to follow along
Follow it.
because there wasn't a lot going on. Like the entire film was shot in the exact same room.
Yeah.
Like
and a
it-
lot of it was what I did. That's what I think why I couldn't look away was it was shot in just the same building.
Right, and like in the same
And
area.
a lot of the scenes were one shot.
Yeah, it was all done.
I love when the camera follows, you know,
Like
what's
the-
happening.
Yeah, you're right. Like the first 20 minutes were probably all in one take. Like there was
Yeah.
never a cut or an edit at all. And then it would cut to different scenes.
Yeah.
And then it would go back to just following an entire thing for like 10 minutes or so.
It did a very good job of getting you to that point where like, what am I watching? And then it brought you right back.
Oh yeah, like it was I was intrigued the entire movie.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hard
Because
sometimes-
a lot of it was very repetitive. But then at the same time, you're like, I need to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah. There was a scene that was, for me, a bit too drawn out. And I was like, okay, I'm ready for this to just, like, end.
Yeah, when the power went on.
Yeah. But
But the music is still playing, so
Right.
it's still engaging.
but when you think of it in the context of an actual acid trip, it, like, super makes sense. Like,
Well, that and also I think what kept me so involved was knowing that, and I didn't read about it till after the fact, but knowing that this movie was based off of actual events.
Loosely.
Very, very, very loosely.
Like, I don't think anyone died in the real story, right?
No, but people did get drugged.
Spiked, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Ooh, the soundtrack.
It was like there was
so
like
good.
Daft Punk was did you see all the fucking artwork in the beginning? There was a lot of
I don't remember.
actually the credits were very odd how they were.
Oh yeah, but I think that's because it was a French movie. It was very confusing.
Yeah,
it was
there
like
was a
credits
lot of
in the beginning.
there was a lot of good DJs that were like
Yeah.
boom, 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 but it was like in your face, and it was like artwork as they were showing you.
Yeah.
It was almost like comic book
Maybe.
esque.
I'm not a big comic. I don't really know what the comic book.
Well, neither do I, but I'm just saying like how it was. Every bit that came at you was in different art form.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Remember that?
Vaguely.
You actually, I remember now. You weren't even paying attention when the when the credits were rolling. At
Probably
that point.
not, because
You
Trevor
weren't.
was like running around.
Yeah.
But when the actual like talking was happening, and I had to read the subtitles. So
Yeah.
the chick from Kingsman, the girl that had the blade,
Oh
legs,
yeah.
she was in it. I think
She was also in Atomic Blonde.
I've
I love that movie.
seen Atomic Blonde, but I don't remember her in that.
She
movie.
was the French spy.
Well, that's because she's French. Like, she's literally a French girl in every movie she plays. That's why
Well,
she was in
I'm
this
saying
movie.
she's a spy in the movie.
Didn't she try to have sex with Charlize Theron? Isn't that what it was? They did have sex.
They did.
Yeah, okay, I remember. So I
Yeah,
think
dude.
she's... I think she plays a character in all her movies that she is in real life. She's French and either bisexual or lesbian, because in every movie she's in, she has sex with a woman. She had sex
Yeah.
with a woman in Climax, and then she speaks French because she's French. I think she's super hot. Like, I love her. So if y'all are also interested in hot French ladies, watch Climax.
Watch Climax and watch Atomic Blonde and watch Kingsman.
Yes. I love the
And that's
movie
her.
Kingsman.
All right, so yeah, we're pretty deep into this one. Probably wrap it up, right?
Yes. Thank you for listening about our pickle dick sucking and dreams and
Pickle dick sucking, dreams, and
pickle dick sucking.
movies, random weird movies, and yeah, it was just complete randomness, and I hope that's what people like. That's what I listen to.
Yeah.
So-
But if you do watch Climax, yo, hit me up because I want to know what you think of it.
Yeah, because that movie is complete just art. Like, it's just an art form. Like that's the only way I can describe it.
That's actually
it's like,
a great description. That's like, I feel like whoever made this movie, that was like their whole point was just to make art.
yeah.
Also, we never saw the flag.
Oh, that's right.
They mentioned this flag in the movie.
Flag, yeah.
And
see?
a bunch of them are talking about this flag and how like it's creepy or it freaks them out or blah blah
Yeah.
blah.
We never
and
saw
then
it.
they never show the flag. Like, what the fuck
That's
is
another
the flag?
piece. That's another piece that like gets you intrigued and want to see. Yeah.
I need to know what was on that flag.
So we probably ruined that portion of it for you, but
Well, I mean, it's not like they would see the flag either. So it wasn't a spoiler. Like, just saying, oh, they saw a flag, and then they never actually showed us the flag.
yeah, give us your interpretation on the movie, because I think that's what this whole movie is based on, is what your takeaway is of it, because
Yeah.
everybody can see it's completely different.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah,
I think if you have done drugs before, you might see this movie in a more relatable light. I don't know. Like, I feel like there's, depending on your level,
you gotta get on your level.
you just gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's a trip. It's a trip
Literally.
visually and just all of it.
Yeah. Oh, and I also recommend watching it when it's dark.
Yeah,
Because we watched it
the
during
colors
the day.
the colors need to make their presence known.
Yeah, well, there was like a solid 8 to 10 minute scene that was very dark, and we could not see what the fuck was going on because I don't have blackout curtains, and even though all the curtains were down and closed,
It was
still too bright to see what the fuck was actually happening. Like, you kind of
Yeah.
gathered what was happening, but you couldn't really see it very well. That's
and a
kinda
lot
creepy.
is happening as the camera's moving too. So if you can't catch it,
Oh, a lot
So-
is happening. Fuck. Yeah.
so yeah, we did a couple movie reviews. We recapped. We showed you some sound bites. Give us your opinion on whether that was a ghost or an intruder. Champagne and bushes, and yeah.
Yep. Thank you for listening, and we will
hopefully hopefully be back soon, depending on how hydrated these two can get in the next few days. Make sure you drink a lot of water.
I'll try.
All right, they're gonna try, people. Drink water and have a good night.
Bye.